In a galaxy far from Earth, the Galactic Empire was a powerful force. With advanced technology and vast resources, they ruled over many planets and species. Their armies were fierce, and they believed that no one could stand in their way. But on a small blue planet called Earth, a storm was brewing. Humans were not as weak as the Empire thought. The Empire had decided to invade Earth. They saw humans as primitive and predictable. Little did they know, a group of human leaders was meeting in secret to plan their defense. These leaders came from different backgrounds: military commanders, scientists, and even ordinary citizens. They all shared one goal: to protect their home from the impending invasion. As the leaders gathered in a dimly lit room, the tension was high. Maps of the galaxy were spread out on the table, and the walls were lined with screens showing reports of the alien fleets approaching Earth. General Sarah Thompson, a seasoned military strategist, stood at the front. Her eyes scanned the room, and she could see the worry on everyone's faces. "We need to think differently," she said, her voice steady. "The Empire expects us to fight in a traditional way, but we can use our creativity to surprise them." The others nodded, realizing the truth in her words. Humans had always been resourceful. Throughout history, they had faced overwhelming odds and found ways to overcome them. This time would be no different. They needed to embrace their unconventional nature and use it to their advantage. As the discussion continued, ideas flowed. Commander Jake Martinez suggested using misinformation to confuse the alien forces. "What if we create fake signals that make it look like we have a much larger fleet?" he proposed. "If we can trick them into thinking we have more ships, they might hesitate to attack." The room buzzed with excitement. Another leader, Dr. Lily Chen, a brilliant scientist, chimed in. "We can also use our knowledge of Earth's terrain. The Empire is not familiar with our world. We can set traps in the forests and mountains, using the environment to our advantage." The group quickly developed a plan to implement these ideas. They would create a network of decoys, drones that looked like human ships, and scatter them throughout space. These drones would emit signals to attract the attention of the alien fleets. Meanwhile, they would prepare their actual forces to engage in guerrilla tactics, hitting hard and fast before retreating to safety. As the meeting progressed, the leaders felt a surge of determination. They knew the odds were against them, but they were united in their resolve. They would fight for their planet and for each other. Every human had a role to play, from the soldiers on the front lines to the civilians supporting them from behind. When the meeting ended, the leaders dispersed, each filled with a sense of purpose. They had transformed their fear into hope. The invasion was still looming, but they now had a plan. It would be a test of their courage and creativity. As the days passed, the Empire's ships drew closer. The humans worked tirelessly, preparing for the battle ahead. They trained their soldiers in the new tactics, teaching them to think outside the box. They crafted messages to spread across the galaxy, rallying support from other species that might join their cause. Finally, the day of the invasion arrived. The skies darkened as the alien ships filled the air, their shadows casting a gloom over Earth. But instead of fear, the humans felt a rush of adrenaline. They were ready. General Thompson stood on the command ship, looking out at the horizon filled with enemy vessels. "Today, we show them that humans are not to be underestimated," she declared. "We will fight with everything we have!" With a fierce determination, the humans launched their plan into action. The gathering storm of resistance was about to unleash its fury on the unsuspecting Galactic Empire, changing the course of history forever. The day of the invasion had arrived, and the Galactic Empire was confident in its victory. Massive ships filled the sky, darkening the sun as they approached Earth. They believed that humans were no match for their advanced technology and powerful armies. Little did they know, the humans were ready to fight back using their unconventional tactics. As the alien fleets moved closer, General Sarah Thompson and her team activated their plan of misinformation. They had prepared a fleet of drones that looked like human warships. These drones were equipped with technology that allowed them to emit signals, making them appear as real ships on the Empire's radar. It was a risky move, but the humans knew it was their best chance to confuse the enemy. In the command center, Sarah monitored the screens displaying the enemy's movements. "Now!" she shouted, signaling her team to launch the drones. With a swift command, hundreds of drones were released into the sky. They scattered in all directions, sending out signals that made it look like the humans had a massive fleet ready to engage the Empire. On the alien ships, the officers were caught off guard. Admiral Zarek, commander of the invasion force, stared at the screens in disbelief. "What is this?" he demanded. "It looks like Earth has more ships than we thought." He quickly ordered his fleet to change course, directing them towards the fake signals. As the alien ships pursued the drones, the humans prepared for their real attack. They had set up their forces in strategic locations, hiding in the forests and mountains of Earth. Commander Jake Martinez, leading one of the ground units, felt the thrill of the moment. "This is it! We need to hit them hard and fast," he urged his team. The humans launched a series of surprise attacks on the alien ships that had diverted from their main fleet. They fired missiles and laser blasts, targeting the distracted enemy vessels. The element of surprise worked in their favor, and the aliens struggled to defend themselves against the sudden onslaught. Confusion spread among the ranks of the Empire as they realized they had fallen for the humans' trick. Meanwhile, the drones continued to draw the attention of more alien ships. The Empire's forces were now spread thin, chasing shadows while the real human attack unfolded. General Sarah watched the chaos on her screens, a mix of excitement and relief flooding through her. "It's working! Keep up the pressure," she ordered her troops. Back on the ground, Commander Martinez's unit moved swiftly. They used hit-and-run tactics, firing at the alien ships and then retreating before the enemy could retaliate. The humans were fast and agile, making it difficult for the Empire to track their movements. Each successful strike boosted the morale of the human soldiers, igniting a fierce determination to continue fighting. As the battle raged on, the Empire's confidence began to wane. The once mighty fleet was now in disarray, struggling to regroup. Admiral Zarek, frustrated and desperate, called for a full retreat to assess the situation. "We have been outsmarted by these humans!" he shouted, slamming his fist on the control panel. "We need to regroup and rethink our strategy." Back on Earth, the humans celebrated their unexpected success. The tension in the command center lifted as they realized they had gained the upper hand. General Sarah addressed her team, her voice filled with pride. "Today we proved that we can stand up to the Empire. We used our wits and our courage to turn the tide, but we must not let our guard down. This is just the beginning." As night fell over the battlefield, the humans continued to strategize. They knew the Empire would regroup and return with a vengeance. But for now, they had turned the tide in their favor, showing the galaxy that humanity was not to be underestimated. The seeds of resistance had been planted, and they were ready to fight for their future. The humans' use of misinformation had not only confused the enemy, but had also sparked hope among other oppressed species in the galaxy. Word of their bravery began to spread, and many wondered if they too could join the fight against the Galactic Empire. The battle for Earth had just begun, but the humans had proven that they were ready to change the course of history. After the humans' surprising victory over the Galactic Empire, a new sense of hope spread among Earth's defenders. They knew that the battle was far from over, but they had proven they could fight back. General Sarah Thompson and her team decided it was time to take a bold new step, using fear as a weapon against their enemies. The Empire, now shaken by their earlier defeat, was preparing for another attack. Admiral Zarek, humiliated and furious, was determined to crush the human resistance. He called for a massive fleet to regroup and launched a new offensive. However, the humans had a plan to turn the tide once more. General Sarah gathered her commanders in the command center. "We need to make the Empire fear us," she said, her eyes fierce with determination. "If they believe we are unpredictable and dangerous, they will hesitate to attack. We can use their own fear against them." Commander Jake Martinez, always eager for action, suggested they spread rumors about a secret weapon the humans were developing. "What if we make them think we have something powerful? Something that can wipe out their ships in one blow?" he proposed, excitement in his voice. The team quickly set to work. They used their communication channels to send false information about a new weapon that could destroy entire fleets. The rumors spread like wildfire, reaching the ears of the Empire. Whispers of the Earth Devastator echoed among the alien ranks, creating unease and uncertainty. On the alien ships, the atmosphere shifted. Admiral Zarek was troubled by the stories circulating among his officers. "If these humans truly have a weapon like that, we must be cautious," he warned. "We cannot afford to underestimate them again." This doubt began to spread among the crew, causing cracks in their confidence. Meanwhile, the humans prepared for the next phase of their plan. They launched small, coordinated attacks on isolated alien outposts. Each time, they struck swiftly and vanished into the night, leaving behind only chaos. The humans used noise and light to create a terrifying spectacle, making it seem as if they had more forces than they actually did. Every time the humans attacked, the aliens grew more anxious. They wondered if the rumors about the Earth Devastator were true. Each skirmish added to their fear, and the Empire's resolve began to waver. The alien soldiers, once proud and confident, now looked over their shoulders, afraid of what might come next. One evening, a major attack was planned against a key alien supply ship. The humans set up a series of traps designed to maximize fear and confusion. They created sounds that mimicked explosions and added flashing lights to make the area appear like a war zone. As the alien supply ship approached, its crew was already on edge, jumpy and uncertain about what lay ahead. When the humans launched their attack, the alien crew was paralyzed with fear. They fired their weapons wildly, missing their targets as panic set in. The humans moved in quickly, taking advantage of the chaos. They boarded the supply ship, capturing it with minimal resistance. As they secured their victory, the fear within the alien ranks deepened. Admiral Zarek, watching from his flagship, felt the weight of his crew's growing fear. "We need to regroup," he ordered, his voice shaking slightly. "These humans are using tactics we have never seen before. We must not let them catch us off guard again." But his words were met with uncertainty. His officers exchanged nervous glances, each one feeling the pressure of their leader's doubts. As the humans celebrated their small victories, they knew they were playing a dangerous game. Using fear could backfire, but it was a risk they were willing to take. General Sarah spoke to her team, encouraging them to stay strong. "We are making a mark in this war. The Empire is scared, and that is a powerful weapon. We must keep pushing forward." As the night fell, the humans gathered to discuss their next moves. They were determined to use fear as a tool, hoping it would weaken the Empire further. The galaxy was beginning to see humans in a new light, not as easy prey, but as fierce warriors willing to fight for their survival. With each step they took, they transformed the narrative. The Galactic Empire was beginning to realize that humans were unpredictable and dangerous. The battle for Earth was far from over, but the tide had definitely turned. The storm of fear they had unleashed would have lasting effects, and the Empire would never again underestimate the power of humanity. The humans had gained momentum after their successful use of fear against the Galactic Empire. General Sarah Thompson and her team knew they had to capitalize on this moment. With the Empire shaken and uncertain, it was time to launch a bold attack that would push the invaders even further back. In the command center, Sarah gathered her commanders. "We need to strike a decisive blow," she said, her voice steady. "The Empire is vulnerable right now. We can't let this chance slip away." Her eyes scanned the room, gauging the determination in her team's faces. Commander Jake Martinez stepped forward, excited. "I have a plan. We can hit one of their major supply bases. If we cut off their resources, they will struggle to continue their invasion. We can't just keep reacting. We need to take the fight to them." The plan was quickly formed. The humans would gather their best troops and strike at dawn when the aliens were most vulnerable. Sarah organized the attack, assigning teams to specific tasks. They would create diversions, while the main force moved in to secure the base. The goal was to take out the supplies and create chaos within the Empire's ranks. As the night wore on, the humans prepared for battle. They checked their weapons and reviewed their strategies. There was a mix of nervousness and excitement in the air, but they were all ready to fight. They had transformed from a frightened species into determined warriors, ready to defend their home. Dawn broke, casting a golden light over the landscape. The humans moved silently through the trees, their hearts pounding with adrenaline. Commander Martinez led the way, his eyes focused on the supply base in the distance. It was heavily guarded, but they had trained for this moment. Once they reached a safe distance, Sarah signaled the start of the attack. Diversionary teams launched flares and created explosions to draw the guards away. The sound of gunfire and explosions echoed in the air as the humans unleashed their first wave of chaos. The aliens, caught off guard by the sudden attack, rushed to defend their base. The main human force took advantage of the distraction. They charged into the base with fierce determination. Commander Martinez led the charge, shouting orders and encouraging his troops. "Push forward! We can take this base!" His words fueled their resolve, and they pressed on. Inside the base, confusion reigned. The alien soldiers, used to dominating their enemies, struggled to adapt. They were met with fierce resistance from the humans, who fought with every ounce of strength they had. The humans were quick and agile, using their knowledge of the terrain to outmaneuver the larger alien soldiers. As they fought, Sarah and her team focused on the supply depots. They knew that if they could destroy the supplies, it would cripple the Empire's ability to wage war. Explosives were set, and the countdown began. 10 seconds! Sarah shouted, her heart racing. Just as the countdown hit 0, the explosions rocked the base. The supply depots erupted into flames, sending shockwaves through the area. The humans cheered, knowing they had struck a significant blow. But their celebration was short-lived as they realized the aliens were regrouping and preparing to retaliate. "Fall back! We need to regroup!" Martinez shouted, recognizing the danger. The humans fought their way out of the base, fending off the alien soldiers as they retreated. The chaos they had created was now a double-edged sword, but their objective had been achieved. Outside the base, the humans regrouped, panting and bruised but triumphant. They had disrupted the Empire's supply chain and proved that they could not be easily defeated. General Sarah raised her fist in the air, rallying her troops. "We did it! We've shown the Empire that we are not afraid to fight back. This is just the beginning!" As they made their way back to their hidden stronghold, the humans felt a new sense of confidence. They had faced the might of the Galactic Empire and emerged victorious. Their bold attack had sent a message across the galaxy. Humans were ready to defend their home and fight for their freedom. The Empire, reeling from this unexpected defeat, would have to rethink their strategy. They could no longer underestimate humanity. The tide of war was turning, and the Galactic Empire would soon learn that the true power of humanity lay not just in their weapons, but in their unyielding spirit. The humans had taken a bold step forward, igniting a fire that would burn brightly in the face of adversity. After their bold attack on the Galactic Empire's supply base, the humans felt a surge of confidence. General Sarah Thompson knew that to truly turn the tide of war, they needed more than just courage and tactics. They needed allies. With the Empire reeling from their losses, Sarah decided it was time to reach out to other species who might be willing to join the fight against the invaders. In the weeks following their victory, Sarah called a meeting with her top commanders. "We have proven we can stand up to the Empire, but we can't do it alone," she said, her voice firm. "There are other species out there, and many are suffering under the Empire's rule. We need to show them that joining us is the best way to reclaim their freedom." Commander Jake Martinez nodded, understanding the urgency. "I know of a few races that might be willing to join our cause. The Zintari are fierce warriors, and the Eldari have advanced technology. If we can convince them to ally with us, we can turn this war in our favor." With a plan in place, Sarah and her team set off to make contact with the Zintari first. They were known for their strength and bravery, but also for their independence. Many Zintari warriors fought alone, refusing to trust others. Sarah knew this would be a challenge. After days of travel, they arrived at the Zintari homeworld, a planet covered in dense forests and towering mountains. As they landed, Sarah felt a mixture of excitement and anxiety. They approached the Zintari stronghold, which was heavily guarded. The warriors were imposing, their green skin and muscular bodies making them look fierce. "We come in peace," Sarah shouted, raising her hands to show she meant no harm. A Zintari leader stepped forward, eyeing them suspiciously. "Why should we trust you, human?" he growled. "Your kind has always been weak." Sarah took a deep breath. "We have proven we can fight back against the Galactic Empire. We need your strength and courage. Together we can reclaim our freedom and take down the Empire once and for all. You are warriors. Imagine the power we would have as allies." The Zintari leader seemed to consider her words. After a long pause, he finally nodded. "You have shown bravery. We will join you, but only if you can prove your strength in battle." Sarah agreed to a challenge, understanding the importance of earning their trust. A group of Zintari warriors led the humans to a training ground where they would engage in combat exercises. It was a test of skill, strength, and teamwork. The training was intense, but the humans fought hard. Sarah led her team with determination, showing the Zintari that they were capable warriors. They learned to fight alongside each other, building trust and camaraderie. After a day of rigorous training, the Zintari were impressed by the humans' tenacity and skills. "Very well," the Zintari leader announced, a proud smile on his face. "You have earned our respect. We will join your fight against the Empire." With the Zintari alliance secured, Sarah's team set their sights on the Eldari next. The Eldari were known for their advanced technology and wisdom. If they could convince them to join, it would give the humans a significant advantage. When they arrived on the Eldari homeworld, they were greeted by stunning architecture and vibrant cities. The Eldari were elegant beings, their features refined and their minds sharp. However, they were hesitant to involve themselves in conflict. The Eldari Council met with Sarah, and she explained their plight. "Your technology and knowledge could turn the tide of this war," Sarah urged. "The Empire will only grow stronger if we do not act now. We need your help to protect our worlds and defeat this common enemy." The Council debated her proposal, weighing the risks and benefits. Finally, one of the Eldari elders spoke. "We see the fire in your spirit, human. We will lend you our technology and our minds. Together we can make a formidable alliance." With both the Zintari and Eldari now standing with them, Sarah returned to Earth filled with hope. The humans had formed a powerful coalition, ready to take on the Galactic Empire. They spent time training together, sharing tactics and knowledge. As they prepared for the next battle, the spirit of unity filled their ranks. They were no longer just humans fighting for their survival. They were a diverse force, a united front against oppression. Each species brought its strengths, and together they felt unstoppable. With the dawn of a new day, they looked toward the stars, ready to fight for freedom and reclaim their rightful place in the galaxy. The Galactic Empire had underestimated humanity, but now they would face a powerful alliance that would not back down. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. They were no longer alone in this fight.